It's a very nice green day. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader coming at you on what is today? Thursday, April 23rd, and we had a very nice day today. One of the best days I've had this month, and very, very happy. This is not quite correct. It's showing 3,500 in green. It's actually like 2,400 in green because I did lose my TPT accounts today, so a little bit sad about that, trying not to shed too many tears, but it does suck when you blow accounts. So let's just be real. But I did lose those. And one thing with TPT, when you lose an account, it's gone. Like I tried to pull the trades into TradeZella, and I managed to get some of them, but even this is not correct. It's showing 2,800, so it is what it is. But a really, really nice day. And to kind of top off the wins, I did manage to pass 3 more Apex accounts. So we add those to our accounts tomorrow, which will be nice. And so, hey, we lost some TPTs, but we replaced them with Apexes. So I guess that's a good thing. A few things I want to talk about. There's a big lesson that I really want to share with you guys. Yesterday, if you remember, I've had 3 red days, and yesterday I talked about taking profits a little bit earlier. I did adjust my ATM, and I did not like it. I did not like it. I went right back to my normal ATM today, where I am taking my first profit at 2R. I love trading this way. It resonates with me. It's so much better. So basically, if I'm risking 150, I'm taking half the position off at 2R, so locking in my 150 and allowing that trade to run. And it paid off today. I had a couple of really, really nice trades. I had a really nice $400 winner on the bottom 4 accounts, the new legacy accounts, which is nice. We had day 1 on 2 of those. We're up $400, so that's a really nice first day. Really happy with that. Also had a nice win. I think it was on ES. Yeah, I had a beautiful trade. This was actually about a $550 trade. Again, I'm trying to trade my PAs kind of like I do my evals and adding in. I'm not adding in quite to the big position size that I do on evals, but basically added into this trade, and it ran, and that was a winning trade on the Lucid accounts. I had a red trade and then had that big winning trade. It was almost, I want to say it was close to $600, but we ended up at a positive 500 on those accounts. So that was huge. But yeah, just a really nice day. Really, really happy with the trades today. I missed out the entire morning session. I did not get to my desk until somewhere right around here, around midday. So I missed this little morning grind, which honestly I didn't miss that much. There were some beautiful moves in the afternoon, which don't always happen. I tried taking I took a long here on a break-in retest. I was looking for a break-in retest of this area right here, this previous day high. That looked really good when I got to my desk. That's what I was seeing, and I thought, man, I've got to take that. That's what I took on the TPTs. I added into that first trade, and it did take me out for a loss. And then I also took that trade with the Apex, I forget which ones I took. Anyway, I took one on one of the groups of accounts, had a very small loss, didn't like it, it immediately rolled over, and that really set up this bigger trade. So really, really happy with the execution. You know what? I'm just going to jump into TradeZella, and we'll show you that there. I think that may make a little bit more sense. So let's look at those trades. So this is the first winner, the first big trade. So $500, and here you can see it. This is really what I want to talk about. So we had the failure to go higher, and we had a rejection candle right here, and we had a second rejection candle, and we immediately retested PDH, and I didn't hesitate. I was like, okay, it's pretty clear from the price action that this is a heavy rejection, and we're probably going to see some kind of downside. Wasn't really thinking we'd get a huge downside. I want you to look at where this profit target is. This profit target is at the 20. If I can read this. 27,011. Now I want to show you what we actually got on that trade. So 27,011 is right there, right around VWAP. So that's where my initial top target was, and I ended up getting out of that trade all the way down here. So really ran that for a beautiful trade. Could have my initial, when this thing started aggressively dropping, I moved the last profit target all the way down here. I did end up getting stopped out because I started trailing pretty aggressively once I was above my typical 4-hour target. But really, really nice execution, nice trade there. The other win that I really want to talk about, and I truly believe that today was just a bit of a give back day from this big grind higher that we've seen, and I don't think we're going lower. Here is why. This area right here is previous all-time high on ES. And this is why I took this trade long. And you're like, well, how do you know that this is going to be the bottom? And nobody knows that, but you're catching a falling knife, so to speak. However, I knew, and this bright green line is the previous all-time high. So if I go to the daily chart on ES, you notice this bright green line. It's a little bit tough to see, but this is at the wick highs of PDH, the previous all-time highs, not PDH, PATH. And as long as this market stays above that, I felt pretty confident we're going higher. And if you look at the price action here, if I zoom in here just a little bit, look at these wicks. Look at these wicks holding. Very, very clean. And I added into this trade as well. I'm trying to think. This was on Lucid right here. So this was the initial entry here. And that one actually did get stopped out. I added in 2 more times. So I did take a small loss within the trade, but I just I left my stop on the last 2 add-ins. I left my stop sitting right below the Tuesday low of day. And when we rocketed off that, I mean, it was a rocket ship. And, I didn't even have time really to adjust the targets upward to get a bigger trade out of it, but it was a really good trade the way it was. Let's go to TradeZella. I want to see what that was. That was a $650 trade. Yeah, that was just a beautiful, beautiful trade there. You can kind of see the entries as things were stacking up, and we just, boom, shot up there and hit all those targets. So just, again, being aggressive when things are correct is absolutely the way to go, and just executed on a beautiful trading day today. And this is the other thing that is glaringly obvious for me today. A couple of really good trades, beautiful green day. And I want you to look at this spreadsheet that I keep showing you guys. I have to, and this is not even optional. This day, $400 red day, more than 2 full losses. This day, $700 red day, more than 2 full losses. Yesterday, $500 red day, more than 2 full. Actually, this is today. Never mind. That doesn't matter. But these 2 days on TPT, more than 2 full losses. Up here on the Lucid accounts, day 2 on a Tuesday, more than 2 full losses. Yesterday, more than 2 full losses. I need to stop that. What I mean by a full loss is being down 150 on the losing trade times 2, which obviously for you guys, not to insult anyone here, but that would be $300. So I need to quit when I'm down 300. Need to. It's not. It has to be an absolute non-negotiable. If I'm only down 300 here, I save $100. If I'm only down 300 here, I save $460. So that's $560, almost $600 that I have back in my drawdown on this account, and I am not blown if that happens. Same way here. We had a nice $500 day on the Lucid accounts, but if I stop at 2 losses, we're going to be at 3 to 330, 350 with commissions. But that would give me back about $300 on this day and $150 there. So that's $450. That $450, we're even with the nice green day today, I'm still down almost $900. That cuts that completely in half. And if I have one good trade tomorrow, I could technically would have been green on the week on those accounts. I hope that makes sense. It is something that I really, really, really need to work on is with the strategy that I have, I'm not going to have a big win rate. Like, I'm not going to have a high win rate. It's going to be, a good win rate for me is 40 to 50%. But the thing is, when I catch these trades, in other words, the win is going to be plus 150, always. Every single time. If it's a winning trade, it's going to be plus 150. That wipes out at least one full losing trade. And so I have to adhere to that. And I'm just kind of preaching to myself here, but it's just something that hold me accountable. If you see me taking $400 or $500 red days on accounts, I've got to be called out. So don't be afraid to yell at me in the comments. Because if I do that, we're going to be successful, because every now and then you're going to find a day that you have some really good trades. It's not going to happen all the time, but you got to survive the small losing days so that you can gain on these bigger days. And anyway, it was a really good day. Really excited for today and happy about that. I'm glad to have replaced these TPTs with 3 Apex accounts. Unfortunately, got to go back on the TPT eval train, which I am not looking forward to. Also, Apex did extend that 90% off sale, and the big deal is they changed the PA fee to $69. So I'm going to capitalize on that on those evals. That is awesome. So again, thank you for using code BCT and supporting me, whether it's Apex or Lucid Trading. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys doing that. And let me know how you did today. I'm really curious. Obviously, I felt a little bit bad missing the morning, but really capitalized on this little couple-hour window in the afternoon, and we made some money. So need to keep the head on straight, and need to do better at my discipline on red days where if I'm losing, it's time to walk away. So hold me to that. Thanks again. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.